I'm Larry Adderley.
And I'm Doris Biscoe.
Welcome to a brand new series of Pontiac training communications called Video Beat.
Larry and I are very excited about being part of the Pontiac team. This first Video Beat program is designed to help Pontiac salespeople get geared up for the all-new 1985 Pontiac Grand Am. It's another sure winner, and we're happy to share in the excitement.
For the next 50 minutes or so, we'll focus on 4 basic subjects: Grand Am design and marketing, engineering, features and benefits, and the competition. We'll be visiting Pontiac's advertising agency for an insider's report on the important Grand Am marketing strategy, and taking our cameras to the Pontiac Design Studio for a look at Grand Am's new styling.
Here in our Video Beat studio, we'll be talking with Pontiac engineers who helped develop the 1985 Grand Am. And then it's on the road to experience Grand Am's quality engineering, performance, and sporty handling characteristics.
Doris and I will be discussing Grand Am's features, benefits, and its many available options. We'll also have a special report from Ron Rose Sound Studios about the new Pontiac Delco 2000 Sound Series. And a couple of old Pontiac friends, Willie, Tyler, and Lester, will be joining us for a look at some of the people who will be looking at Grand Am and its competition.
We've organized this Video Beat into several segments. This will allow you to look at and use the entire program or use each segment separately for your product training sessions. So with that introduction, let's get moving.
Grand Am's design and marketing is a good place to begin. And in many ways, we can look back to the year Pontiac first introduced a then state-of-the-art driver's car, the 1973 Grand Am. The legend of Grand Am is really the history of a proud Pontiac nameplate, stretching back to 1973 when the name Grand Am was first introduced by Pontiac. In its time, the 1973 Grand Am was similar to Pontiac's image cars of today, innovative and built for excitement, as this 1973 television commercial shows.
Who in America would build a new car like this?
Although the Grand Am has been out of the Pontiac lineup for a number of years, awareness of the Grand Am name remains strong, and people still associated with Pontiac. Consumers tested in product awareness clinics identify Grand Am as a Pontiac product, using adjectives such as sporty, modern, and exciting to describe it. While the all-new 1985 Pontiac Grand Am is much different from those earlier models, it carries the legend of Grand Am forward, because it too is sporty, modern, and exciting. To find out more about the new Grand Am, we visited the Pontiac Design Studio in Warren, Michigan, and talked with Bill Scott, Chief Designer, Pontiac Interior, and Terry Henline, Chief Designer, Pontiac Exterior.
I'm Terry Henline, and this is my associate, Bill Scott. We're here today in the actual studio where we designed what we believe is a very, very exciting new car for Pontiac, the 1985 Grand Am. I'd like to characterize the car today as a sports specialty coupe. Now, it's very important that you keep that distinction in mind. Sports specialty coupe, that's the anchor. From the outset, we had 2 rather clear objectives in designing this car, 2 specific qualities that were of very, very great importance to us. First, it was important that the car, as a Pontiac, have a very, very strong road car sporting image. It had to be fun to drive. You know, the kinds of things you've associated with Pontiac. Well, this does it in spades. Second, and a very critical aspect of the design, was that it be, in fact, very classy, very luxurious, very upmarket. But luxurious more along the sense that the STE is luxurious. Frankly, the cars were rather patterned after one another.
We know that today the market demands a certain luxury appointments in the automobile, but when we put that in a driver's car sense, and when we look at the new values, the sophisticated, smart young buyers, we think they're looking for a different kind of luxury appointment. I refer to it as a purposeful luxury. How can you do that to the inside of this car? You can do it by addressing each item in the interior element. For instance, you could start with a fabric, and you pick a fabric that has a quality to it that looks like it's going to have a lot of durability. It is also luxurious to touch, We have a fabric with a sport nubby texture that gives you a tactile quality as well as this lasting quality. The seats will not only seat you comfortably, but will hold you comfortably in place. It's very important in a driver's car. The elements of the instrument panel design are based around the controls that you, the driver, are going to use. The lights and the wipers, the hand controls are located at fingertip reach. This set up the basic design elements that we proceeded with in the instrument panel itself. Basic form follows function, if you will.
The car certainly, and you'll see this when you experience it on the street, has a very aggressive wide track sort of stance. Remember, we're the wide track guys. It has a very, very good, strong look out there on the road. You'll notice that we don't have vinyl roofs, wire wheels, white walls. This car is honestly meant to appeal to that new values guy, that highly educated guy, the person who knows what a road car ought to look like. It's a new kind of luxury that we're talking about here. It's a different kind of class, cool, sophisticated. There's a redefinition of the classic Pontiac twin-port grille up front. Very, very good look from down the road. You're going to like it. Probably one of the most dramatic aspects of the design is, in fact, what we refer to as the horizontal wrap theme. It's comprised of a fascia that extends from wheel opening to wheel opening, front and rear, and then a rather lavish body side molding that extends from wheel opening to wheel opening. It's quite good looking. It's fairly dramatic, particularly when you see it on the road. And one last detail on the luxury side of it. The formal backlight is, in fact, unlike any formal backlight that you've probably seen. It's quite rounded, yet still makes a certain dressy sort of statement about you. It's a pretty unique new design, we feel. An important aspect of the car that the press touched on and that everyone seems to be very, very favorably influenced by when they first see it and drive it is the size of the car. It's small enough for a very, very close driver-to-car relationship. And that's the very thing that was very important to us, and I want to tell you, it really works.
This is the clay buck, which was used to develop the instrument panel and interior theme. But the instrument panel design itself is made up of three basic elements. We have the hand controls within fingertip reach of the steering wheel for the driver-oriented controls. We have the cluster displaying the important information. And we have the three areas of air outlets to distribute the air to the interior. Those are the basic design elements. We didn't use plaques and decorative tricks to pull in the design theme. We used the functional basic elements to make that theme. I might also add that color is important, and that all uppers on the instrument panels themselves are in a graphite color. This is to reduce the veiling glare into the windshield of any reflections and light tones that would shine on the top of the instrument panel. We have carried that color into the face plates of all the hand controls that you touch. The seats make their own distinctive design statement for Pontiac. We think it's a very important element to a driver's car. And I mentioned before that a seat should set you comfortably, but it also should hold you securely as being comfortable. And we think the contour that we have designed into these seats with its lateral support, its lumbar support, is an essential design element. Also, it is upholstered in a sport textured, nubby finished velour, which gives the feeling of quality, the feeling of luxury for those new value buyers, remember, not in the old traditional luxury sense.
Now, just as color is a critical element in the design of the interior of the Grand Am, it's also a very, very key feature on the exterior as well. We've done some things here which are new for Pontiac, and I'd like to briefly take you through them. This represents, for example, an entry-level car. You'll notice that it does have a contrasting wide-ribbed horizontal molding. Extends all the way around the car. It's shown here in silver and charcoal, but what happens, for example, if you order a blue car or a gold car? Well, this is what happens. This would be the equivalent car in light gold. These are panels that we use to develop these color schemes. This would represent a light gold car with a dark gold molding. When you order the optional molding, it automatically color keys to the darker gold color. Very, very nice touch. And notice how well it goes with a colored disc. Those are available in the basic color categories that we have. Or if you decide to pop for a cast aluminum wheel, this is the sort of thing that you get. Very, very nice color coordination. The same sort of thing occurs, the same sort of theory occurs through the whole color palette on the Grand Am.
We want you to know that many of the elements that we have been talking about this morning will become available in your other 85 car lines, starting in 1985 and continuing in the future. The elements that we're speaking about are how we display the instrumentation, the white daytime graphics, red nighttime lighting, four-spoke steering wheels, the way we have used Palex cloth, that's the sporty textured velour fabric. We use it in many of the car lines. The gear shift handles, automatic and manual, are formed to fit the hand. These will be elements that you will recognize in many of your Pontiac interiors. The studio's objective is that when someone opens the door and looks inside, he will know that he's looking at a Pontiac interior, a sophisticated driver's-oriented car.
Well, so there you have it. Pontiac's new Sport Specialty Coupe, the 1985 Grand Am. We know you're going to love it.
Video beat thanks Terry Henline and Bill Scott for taking us through some of Grand Am's distinctive new styling and interior features.
Both Terry and Bill seem very enthused about the car.
And why not? Grand Am's styling inside and out is pure Pontiac. When customers get behind the wheel of the 1985 Grand Am, its Pontiac uniqueness will come alive. Both the legend and the new Pontiac image of the 80s fall right into place.
There are a lot of similarities, at least in terms of consumer appeal, between the 1985 Grand Am and the exciting Pontiacs already on the road.
That's right, Doris. In fact, the Grand Am joins a lineup of Pontiacs which truly express the Pontiac image. Cars such as the Fiero, Sunbird, Firebird, and 6000 STE. Well-engineered, with excellent handling, and high excitement for those who really like driving.
As I understand it, Larry, the Grand Am is an all-new size car. But just how big or small is this new Pontiac?
Well, Doris, the Grand Am is similar in size to a Mazda 626, although Grand Am's wheelbase is several inches longer. It has a longer wheelbase than Sunbird and is several inches shorter than the 6000. It strengthens Pontiac's lineup and competitive positioning by offering a new alternative to traditional compact and mid-size models. The new Grand Am is a driver's coupe with room for 5 passengers. It will compete against several import and domestic models in a segment of the industry that is characterized by people who are really into quality, innovative engineering, and sporty styling. Pontiac's kind of folks.
The market for Grand Am has been thoroughly researched, and there are definite types of prospects who will be interested in owning this new Pontiac. How well Pontiac salespeople present Grand Am to them will, of course, help assure the car's success. So you need to know as much as you can about the people who will be attracted to Grand Am. In the following special report, we'll hear about Grand Am's market and potential prospects from Doug Hamilton, who's on location at a very exciting place.
This is where Pontiac's advertising, merchandising, and promotional ideas for the new 1985 Pontiac Grand Am are created and put into action. Artists, writers, and media personnel are putting their talents and skills on the line to create the advertising campaign for this hot new Pontiac model. These professionals know what captures attention, and they know the best ways to tell the Grand Am story in print and on television. But there's another side to the story, a major behind-the-scenes effort by Pontiac Motor Division to put Grand Am's market into clear focus. In Focus is the story of how Pontiac has researched the marketplace to target Grand Am prospects in order to do everything possible to ensure the car's sales success. Long before the advertising was created or the first Grand Am production model built, Pontiac was conducting product clinics in selected cities across the United States. Following that, specialists here tested many ideas to determine precisely how the Grand Am story could best appeal to the market and come out a winner against the competition. Throughout the fall and winter of 1983, the agency conducted a series of focus group discussions, 40 in all, which brought small groups of consumers together to talk about Grand Am. The results confirmed earlier research showing that Grand Am's strongest market is the baby boom generation, those who grew up in the 50s and 60s, men and women now in their late 20s to early 40s, college educated with professional or white-collar jobs, people who are just beginning to reach their peak income-earning years. This is good news for Pontiac, because these people represent the largest single segment in today's automobile industry. This is Peggy Mangold, who conducted the Grand Am focus groups around the country. Peggy, what can you tell us about Grand Am prospects and their place in the market?
By the end of the decade, we predict that as a group, they'll account for 50% of new automobile sales. And many of these people are in the market today for a car like the 1985 Grand Am. Grand Am's design and distinctive Pontiac styling was a big hit with people in every test group. These qualified prospects look for distinctive styling, excellent quality, and good handling in a car, so owning a Pontiac driver's coupe is just right for them. But the baby boomers have also grown up and are raising families of their own, so Grand Am's 5-passenger efficiency caught their eye as well.
Did the focus groups confirm earlier product clinic research?
Yes, we found that many of the Grand Am prospects were currently driving smaller luxury imports. They'd like to move up to a larger luxury import, like an Audi or a BMW, but they find that these cars are priced too high. The domestic midsize makes, traditional cars, really aren't in keeping with their personal taste. So these people saw the Grand Am as an answer to their personal needs.
Will they be considering this new Pontiac for their next automobile?
Yes, but import owners aren't the only hot prospects for the Grand Am. There are just as many people out there currently driving sporty domestic compacts and subcompacts, like the Ford Mustang and the Tempo Topaz products. These are people who are moving up in their careers, and now they're ready for a car that reflects their success. These people saw the Grand Am as a road car with class, a car which really reflected their personal tastes and met their personal image. The research also exposed a third type of potential buyer, owners of personal luxury and mid-size makes, such as the Cutlass Regal and Dodge 400 and Chrysler LeBaron products. Grand Am's efficiency and operating economy appeal to them, and many will consider trading in their current make for the newly engineered, more state-of-the-art 1985 Pontiac Grand Am.
All of these prospects, whether they're the owners of small luxury imports, domestic compacts, or traditional mid-sized personal luxury models, if you're looking for